Howdy folks. So happy Easter to everyone, and again, as always, because it's genuinely how I feel, thank you for the support. People I'm running into around Mount Gambier, um, that are, I'm surprised how many people, are talking about me doing YouTube. So thank you for the support. Means a lot. I'm really blessed. I mean that. And I'm at Valley Lakes. There's a lot of noises, a lot of people around. So I don't want to be one of those YouTubers or social influencers that gets grumpy around people getting in the way of what they're doing. And I'm a big believer in just adapting. And obviously a lot of what I'm showing and teaching and talking about is about adapting. So adaptability is a big part of it. So today I'm attempting, this is a recipe I made up in my head. I genuinely just thought about it in my head, like, oh, I could do this and this and that. So I want to make dumplings, steamed dumplings. Now, a couple of things. So I've got, what are they? So a kilo of pork mince. It's actually better, I find, with dumplings, and this is what I think a lot of Asian cultures know well, to mix meats. I think some meats can be bad to mix, but generally if it's fresh and all that, you can get away with a lot. But I think chicken can be the dodgy one. For example, if you mix beef with lamb, because of the fattiness of the lamb, otherwise beef by itself can be very dry. But I've just got pork. Pork's not bad. It's got a lot of little fat in it, especially mince. So I've got my mince. Now, I know in the other video when I was cooking a stew, I was like, don't cut that up, don't worry about that. I was very laid back. Because I'm making dumplings, you do need to cut things up right, because it's a very small package of flavour and meat, and you can't just big chunks of this and that. Probably could have done a better job, but I got water chestnuts, 1 egg. Water chestnuts, right there. An egg, ginger, good amount. I love ginger in dumplings. Forest blend of dried mushrooms. Fresh is probably better. They're actually annoying to cut up. They're flinging everywhere because they're real dry. And pine nuts right there. I'm trying pine nuts. I want a foresty dumpling. I want a dumpling that... So I'm going to cook them and eat them in front of you. So that sounds great. Not. So I know in the other video you didn't get to see the stew finish, but take my word for it, it was awesome. A bit sad that I'm not really editing properly yet, but we'll get there. So let's get cranking. So ideally I would have wanted just the normal stuff, but I've got the wonton wraps. So I'm going to give a crack of making a few. I'm not going to make heaps in front of you, just enough. So let's make the stuffing here. I've got my smoked salt again. So I'm looking about kilo meat, so give it a good seasoning. Exacts, couldn't tell you. So I got my pepper dust, because I don't have cracked pepper, but pepper dust is fine. Good amount of pepper dust. Let's crack my egg in there. There we go. I hate the smell of raw egg, but eggs are good. So you got egg in there, Now for the good stuff. The bowl's a bit small, but I do live in a van, so let's put all these cool ingredients in here. So I really I cannot tell you if these will turn out. So you're trialing an error with me. I find with cooking, if you just get creative and try things, that's better than, you know, sitting back and overthinking things. Sometimes it's good just to give it a crack. You know, but it takes all types. Some people need to really research things and do it properly, and they'll do a good job. I actually know lots of people like that. I'm not one of them. I still do research, but I like to apply my own creativity and knowledge. And don't get me wrong, we're all getting taught by someone. We're all got a master. We're all conditioned by something to a degree, you know. It's like consumerism. Yeah, so I'm mixing, make sure I mix it all in good. It looks really good visually. I'm going to be using my hands a lot, you know, because I'm the only one that's going to be eating these. But, you know, if I was cooking for people, I'd have those black latex ninja gloves or something on, you know. Like I said in the other video, I don't like to gross people out, even if I don't think something's gross. I do like to consider others in everything I do. Not be controlled by people or at the behest of other people's opinions and control, but it is good to be a gentleman or, you know, a lady, in the sense you consider people around you, and you value them. You actually show people you value them when you're considerate of what they might be sensitive to, or their needs. So it's very powerful. And a lot of people that you know, it's very self-absorbed to just go, I don't care what people think, they accept me or they don't. And that's not good. I don't think that's good at all. In so many ways, I think it's awesome to consider people around you. And it's like I said, there's a difference between pleasing people and living under the shadow of people, which I don't like to compare myself to other people, but I find a lot of things, when I look back in hindsight, I've changed a lot, and I really don't get too caught up with what people think of me, but I do consider people, so, and you know, their needs and all that. So yeah, so I'm making sure this is pretty thorough and mixed in. This mix, it's looking awesome. I got my sense of smell back because I quit smoking. Look at those little flyaways. Because I quit smoking, and you get your sense of smell back and stuff. Yeah, so this nasty habit I had for a while. Glad that's behind me now. And the older we get, we need all the help we can get as well, you know, for sure. I reckon it's looking pretty good. Now, just wipe my hands again, even though they should be clean. Make sure they're clean. Even though I'll be only eating these, I do want to make sure my hands are clean. Now, fun parts. Girl, I've never done this. Oh, I might have done it with someone, but I can't really remember. Wonton. What do you call them? Wrappers. So, like I said, I'm just winging this. So, I had done, actually, when I was a kid, the Russian dumplings, Kremlini. So, a little bit of meat. Don't overdo the meat. Be stingy like the shop ones. Nah. So this is what I'm gonna try. I've got my water chestnut tin here. and I put a little bit of clean water in there. And what I'm going to do is wet the rim. See, I do remember this from somewhere. Wet the rim, and then I'm just going to wing, and I'm going to go with the little, I guess like the wontons, and just gather it up the top. The old gather at the top. Shall we gather at the top? So, I think that worked. Oh yeah, see? That little bit of moisture, it glues it. Look at that, little bundle of joy, little golden, real gold that is. Little bundle of joy, look at that. Probably could flare these out, but don't want to waste too much time on each one. So there's one. So, how many you reckon we should make, guys? Yeah, let's go for about 6, yep. Cool. I'm sure you got better things to do on Christmas or whenever you're watching this. Nah. You want to watch Borry videos. I know. You guys love me. But you just Borry and his videos. I'm sure you wake up, head off the pillow. Oh, Borry's videos. Sure, of course. See, I'm just going with this little rap and bag 'em and tag 'em, you know what I mean? Just bag 'em and tag 'em. Probably got someone watching, one of you guys watching, like, wrong. Who knows? But there you go. Pretty, look like little bombs, you know? Little bonbons. Well, I've got a big job with all this, man. So I probably should have just done the one bag. 500 gram, because I put 2 500 grams to make a kilo. Look at that. I know a bit of maths as well. Probably just should have done 500 grams, to be honest. And I even bought 2 packets of these wonton things. So after I do the video, I'm probably going to be just sweating, just working. Like I'll be like someone in a third world country, just in a wonton factory, just pumping them out. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a funny sight, if you could imagine. So I got 3 so far. 3 of these little packages of goodness. Now, I'm excited about this video because you're actually going to see me eat them and cook them, which is always good. Oh, got some people, but yeah. So I should just get grumpy like some influencers. Just get, oh, they walk through my video. Can you believe that? Can you guys believe that? They walk through my, what do American accent? Can you believe it? They walked right through my video. No, sorry. I don't mean no disrespect. Wait, Scottish accent. Can you believe that? They're just strutting right through my video. Who do you think you are? That's just not great, man. No, sorry. I'm not really grumpy. I don't care. I really don't care about that. Like I said, the adaptability thing, you know. It's funny. It's actually interesting how many grumpy people you meet on the road. You wouldn't think so. You'd think on the road, you know, everyone's free and easy. But nah, man, like, I've met some grumps. Ooh, you know. Oh, man. But, you know, I do believe in being positive. Just find out of myself, I actually shock myself sometimes, like, there you go. Around certain people, I'll be quite positive. But I'll get around certain, like, guys that I know, and I notice myself, and you start getting all, like, you start talking about topics from around the world and just annoying things that, honestly, there's no point in worrying about. It's, yeah, sometimes you can do things to change things, like, you know, but a lot of it you can't. And yet I find myself getting around certain blokes, and I actually last night I caught up with someone and just started talking like that, and you could feel the atmosphere in the room change. You know, it was just talking about, oh, this and this and that, and I started getting carried away into it. Absolutely. And I quickly just kind of went, yeah, I don't want to talk about things that I don't care. Like, I mean, I care, but there's nothing I could do about that. I'm not going to worry about it. There's a lot of things I can do things about, you know? Like, even these vids, like, the amount of people that went, hey man, you should do videos. And so I wouldn't say I waited too long, and I just went, all right, fine. I'm going to do YouTube videos, you know, and, or whatever. But, yeah, I just butted in the conversation. I went, oh, I don't want to talk about this stuff, you know? And even though sometimes doing the right thing can be uncomfortable, you just want to kind of zone out and, yeah, just go with the flow. But nah, like I just thought, no, I can stop this. And I've definitely many times been in those scenarios, and you walk away and you just feel yuck. You just feel yuck. You're like, oh wow, we talked about that. Ugh, I was just talking about rubbish, you know, that I couldn't do nothing about. So yeah, and it's we can, as individuals, we can choose. It's up to us to choose certain, to set the mood, to go, no, I'm not putting up with this. And in a lot of situations, I'm not saying every situation, because some situations are quite hostile and abusive, and but I find if it's just general friends catch up and all that, you know, there's nothing wrong with yeah, just saying something. Okay, so cool. There's my steamer. Little Audi's job, that one. I wonder if that's a good spot to put it. You want to see my face, eh, guys? Yeah, you want to see my face. Of course you do. Big ginger Viking. I mean, Vikings, we are very popular. There's a guy over there. He's got the sickest mullet. He looks like that guy off Stranger Things, a popular guy, the metal dude. But he's got the sickest mullet, eh? I've told him that, don't worry. I'm one of those people, I'm a big believer. If I like something, I'll tell people. But some guys are just creeps. So they'll say something, but it's like, oh, darling, you look gorgeous. Your hair. I'm not saying, you know, don't say something, but I'll do it to guys as well. It's not, yeah, not everyone has things come from the same place. Yeah, so I've got water in there. Ooh, I'm excited. So I've got no idea how these will taste. You guys have no idea. Oh, maybe you do. Probably, somehow I've probably stolen a recipe. Nah, I definitely, it was just something in my head. Who knows? You do wonder where ideas come from sometimes, you know. I believe I have an idea of where ideas come from. I don't believe we're as original as we all think we are, but that's another topic. Oh, this is cool because whoa, look out. Hey, right, that's it. It's cool because I'm squishing them down and they look sick, man. Little nuggets of joy. Look at you, little bags of goodness. Don't worry, Papa's gonna cook you up. Okay, now, see if you can get it. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. So exciting. You know, I'm still like a kid. I get excited about things. I get excited I'm gonna go carve a spoon. And that's one thing I like to tell people, as I do like to encourage, is get excited like a little kid. You know, find that excitement again. We lose that when we grow up. So I've got it full crank. So usually with this steamer, I let it boil and then I turn it down. And yeah. So now we wait. Probably should have got more things to fiddle with, so, you know. So yeah, maybe I should talk about exciting videos, plans I've got coming up with more videos. Please guys, if there's something specific to bushcraft survival, outdoors, holler out there. Yes, hack splits. I know you mentioned about like van life stuff. Yes, I'm definitely want to go down that way. So yep, I have taken that on board. I will be doing, you know, showing you my van setup, talking about that stuff, because I do know a lot about van life stuff. I know it's popular too, so I'm not going to lie to you. I do want to cater to trends and things that are popular, especially because, you know, these things are my passions. And for sure, a lot of things that I do, like the saying goes, necessity is the mother of all invention. A lot of things I've gotten into came out of necessity. Not everything, but there's a bit of oil that was on there from something I cooked, and it's caught on fire, just more heat. Yeah, a lot of things have, I'd be lying if I said, oh, it's just all hobbies and I do what I want. Nah, a lot of things have been necessity. I'm living in a van out of necessity, even though I was already kind of set up for it. Yeah, like I said in other videos, it's not all easy, it's not all peachy, but you know, I'm honest, and I'll tell you how it is in that regards. Yeah, like I said in another video, things can get really good quick and things can get really bad quick when you're mobile and living in a van. So that's why I always talked about adaptability and how important it is. Spontaneity, living in spontaneity, and you'll find things of the spirit. Very much the nature of the spirit is spontaneity. That's why, here I go on my rant, that's why you'll find, guys, with religion, it kills God's flow of his spirit. It absolutely destroys it, because often religion is this is what we do, this is set, this is, you know, there's no room for God. I could talk a lot about that topic, but so yeah, it's you know, some of yous know me personally and some of yous don't, and I'm a very spiritual person, I guess. It's like what I was talking about earlier. You know, you get into certain topics with people and you feel yuck when you walk away, and things that excite me are talking about what God's Spirit's doing in my life, and yeah, and it's not separate from every day to day. You know, I'm really blessed that I can be someone that can get vulnerable. I remember watching this TED Talk thing this lady was talking about, and she said happy people have something in common, and it was vulnerability. And it's I don't believe you can be truly happy without some sort of vulnerability in your life. What I'm not talking about is vulnerability where it's trusting people that just want to destroy you or have, you know, bad intentions and all that. And I just mean, it's like years ago, I once sat on the side of my bed and there's a little spider, one of those, I think, jumping spiders crawling on the back of the phone. Yeah, sorry, distracted. But years ago, I sat on the side of my bed. Years ago, over 10 years ago. And when I came back to Jesus, I was very, very broken. And I'm not saying there isn't still things in my life that, you know, you consider broken. You wouldn't consider broken. But I was pretty bad, in a bad case. So so what happened up until that point that I sat on my bed, God very much, he babied me. He gave me milk, and he knew I was weak. I probably thought I was stronger than I was at times. And sometimes I felt I was weaker than I was. But yeah, so he'd babied me. He'd really fathered me. Like I was so messed up. Like I'd get so down in the dumps. I'd just lock up, and I'll be at home, and I couldn't go anywhere, and it was horrible, and all of that. And people would ring up, and they're like, "Barry, you're right. I'm just thinking about you. Are you okay?" Like to the point where like you could almost expect it. And it was God's way of showing me, hey, I care about you, and I've got you. And yeah, so up until that point, I sat down beside bed, and I was crying, and I was heavy of heart, and I said, God, I've got no friends. I've got no friends. And I'm crying, and I remember this. And God just said to me really clearly, he said, go make friends. And I was a bit like, oh, God. And I made a lot of friends, and I learnt a lot. And if you made 100 friends, and two of those people ended up being lifelong friends that you wouldn't trade for anything, I think that would be worth it. And just on the back of that, look at me. Now, lucky I brought spare butane, because that looks like it's getting low, this other canister. this guy that was swagging it gave me this other canister. He actually gave me this, a guy swagging it. It was pretty random, but I used butane, and he's like, oh, I've got this, I've been carrying it around. I said, and he goes, do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, man, I use butane. It's pretty random, but yeah, so that's yeah, so just the back of the whole story about me. Some more stuff I've learnt now is, believe it or not, my priority isn't to make friends. I'm not actually, wouldn't say I'm not, I guess I'm not interested in making friends. I know that sounds weird. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate friends. I absolutely value them, and I think friends are awesome, and family and community, right? But hear me out. My priority isn't to make friends. Because if it was, I'd be swayed by everyone's opinions like I was in the past. And for example, I used to be, I guess, yeah, for sure. And if I'm being honest, I was very possessive with people. It was like, if you weren't in my life for forever and loyal to me, and my friend, my close friend, and then it's like something was wrong. It's pretty messed up, actually. I would have never probably said it to someone, but that's how I was. I was in action. I was in how I went about things. I was in how I felt when it come to people not being too close to me, not liking me, saying things to me. I was very swayed by people. I was constantly like, and look, the devil just had a field day in that regards with me. Now it's beautiful, guys. I meet people, and I know I'll probably meet someone for one time, and I'll have this awesome time with them, and it's like, see ya, and I'm like, oh God, thank you that I met that person, but I'll probably never see him again. And it's beautiful, guys. I don't feel like anyone, I feel like I can just freely give and freely receive. I only cling to God. I only cling to God. And the freedom I know in that. Also protection. I have a lot of protection. I nearly always feel safe. And yeah, I am a big boy, big ginger boy, Most people are like, oh, And look, I probably said this in another video, but you get very sensitive to what people carry, what they're wearing, their posture. And I'm talking spiritual posture and clothes, but I mean, I get cars sometimes will rock up, and I already know I don't want to talk to that person. And you could accuse me and go, well, you're judging. And there's definitely judgment in that, for sure. You have to. There's judgment in our lives all the time. We have to judge whether we do this, judge whether we cross the lights. But it's actually, I'm seeing, I see things for what they are, and I've learnt because I've been thrown on my ass, so to speak, when I haven't trusted what I'm picking up with people. So I've just turned that down because it started boiling. Maybe not, there's a lot of wind. Might keep it how it was. But yeah, so didn't expect to talk about that stuff, but I guess this video is starting to show a bit more about what I'm about. No, actually, that's probably boiling a bit too much. I'll turn it down. Yeah, so won't be long now, guys. It won't be long. Oh, look at that. Can you see the steam? So now that it's starting to boil, we'll start getting some real steam action. The wind blows it and then it just goes right down, so I probably should just have it cranked. Yeah, so yeah, you'd hear that. I'm guessing. I hope I'm not too quiet because I'm pretty loud. Some people I know, some friends and family go, Boris, you roar. Boris is roaring because I'll be yelling. And I even had a deaf guy in church recently who goes, I can hear you. Yeah, so not only have people, which I thank yous, given me suggestions or and all that, is I've taken I think so far I've taken everything on board and either replied or considered it or taken affirmative action. But yeah, so again, I'm open, guys. I'm open to things you might like to see. Oh, thank you for all the support. I sound Canadian. Oh, anyway. Rose Higgins. I mean, there's so many names I could say. Tats by Ryan. It was Tats by Ryan. Suss him out. He does good tattoos, and he's really been. He's done some really good shout out. He did a really good shout out for me, so I'm shouting him out. There's so many friends and family. I don't like to name drop too much, because I respect people's privacy, and they, it's crazy when I think about it, like YouTube. Like you guys could be watching from Uzbekistan or I don't know. Somewhere random, not that Uzbekistan is random, but yeah, so I'm in Australia. I'm in a place called Mount Gambier. Especially I can smell the oils off whatever was on there. I did try to clean it, but it's like burning. Kind of smells cool in a weird way. Yeah, it's a beautiful place, Mount Gambier. If you haven't been, definitely recommend visit. If you're in Australia or if you're coming to Australia, highly recommend Mount Gambier. It's a beautiful place. Actually gets quite busy touristy times. Let me know. I won't just talk about, but if you ever want to know. Here's an idea. If you ever want to know practical things, if you know me personally, send me personal messages. But if you want to put on the videos things you want to know practically about day-to-day survival with van life, please ask. Because I'm full of ideas. I could do so much about so many things. And again, I'm grateful that I'm like that. But I also want I want you guys to genuinely watch these videos, not just because you're supporting me, but just genuinely I actually like listening to this guy, I hope that's the case. yeah, so please put in the comments if you feel like you want to see that idea just kind of come in my head, like practical stuff, like, you know, where do you sleep at night? You know, how do you do this? Or, I mean, just off my head, like, oh, look at that, they're starting to cook. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Um, you know, like, oh, how do you keep clean? Um, Yeah, you know, or like, you know, if you notice a big booger hanging from my nose in every video, nah. But, um, yeah, it's so. I mean, I guess I could answer some stuff while I'm here, while we're waiting. But like, so I got a gym membership in Mount Gambier, and I started doing gym again. Oh, I've been slack. I mean, I think I have a reasonably good excuse, but you know, it's all excuses. Uh, um, so that's where I get my showers from a gym. I not only appreciate, but I've had friends and family go, "Oh, you can have showers here," but gym is easy. I go in there, I do the card, I walk in, I got my little routine. You find too, one of the things you'll find if you live in a van or you live traveling, one thing you'll quickly learn to do because it will bite you in the backside. I know that sounds weird, but is you learn to have everything in the van when you can. You don't spread out in people's houses too much because what you'll find is I've been in these situations where you're not going to end up going back to someone's house. And sometimes it's bad things. Sometimes it's just, you know, it's better that you leave from where you are. Nothing to do with, you know, something that's gone down or whatever. But if you have stuff at people's houses, then you have to go back and you're still tied. You know, you're still tied to that situation, so to speak. So you learn to, oh, I use this, I'll put it back. There's stuff I have in the van that people are like, oh, I don't have this, and I could go dig it out, but the effort and all that, and you know, you end up not needing what you have in the van, but you find you get quite decked out with what you need. So that's some things. Another thing I talked about op shopping. I do a lot of op shopping. I've had people go, oh, I don't really like op shopping because I've got too much stuff. I actually find if you do op shopping right, I just replace my stuff with better stuff. Or it's just genuinely something I've needed and I've waited on and I've come across it. So it doesn't have to be op shopping and I'm getting more shape. It can be op shopping and I'm upping my setup and all that. I reckon. Oh yes! Look at them. They got this. Check this out. Ready? Try not to steam burn. Steam burn myself. Look at that. Oh, look at that. They got that translucent little. They look like Osage orange wood. It's a type of wood from America, but it looks like that wood when it's first cut. It's got this beautiful pop out orangey yellowness. So I'm gonna get my fancy pottery bowl. A woman made this. She's awesome. She does courses. Awesome at what she does with pottery and courses. A woman called Tati Tay. Oh, I'm getting it wrong. She's in Adelaide. Tati Tay. Sorry, totally messed up. She's got Tati K. Look her up, but she does awesome courses with pottery and stuff. And she made this bowl with the ginseng leaf. No. Anyway, but she's awesome. That's where I got that from. What do you reckon, guys? What's that? Give him a crack. Okay, yes, sir. Let's do this. So I've just turned it off. I'm a bit nervous. Oh, first time I'm nervous. Far out. So, look at that little bundle of joy. Okay. Oh yes. Okay. So I've got the little fella here. Here we go. So this is Borry's Forest Dumplings. Sorry, I just spat a bit of dumpling out. Guys, oh my gosh, it's awesome. Slightly a bit pink in there. So probably could have cooked you a little bit better. It's just very slight. Oh, give me a sec. You know what, guys? I nailed that recipe. I give to yous. I nailed it. They taste awesome. Now, this is really fun, but if you do this recipe, please let me know. Let me know what you think. That was awesome. I only ate one, but I think I got it pretty good. It's pretty good, yeah. So let me know if you do them. Please have a crack if you like cooking and all that, because you saw how simple it was. If you have any questions on maybe something that wasn't so clear with this recipe, please ask. Just holler out. For sauce, probably just do your Kikkoman naturally brewed soy sauce, a little bit of Chinese vinegar, or you might like your own thing. You might go, hey, this sauce works really well. They taste the bomb. Some people even put the wontons in the wonton soup and all that, and if you do that and it tastes awesome, let me know. But if you do this recipe, please let me know, because it is something I just kind of come up with. But yeah, thank you for watching and listening, and please like and share and subscribe, all that. Thanks, guys. Love yous.